Good morning, sir.
Good morning, classmates.
We are the Group 3.
Today, we will be discussing the police system of Japan, or the Keisatsu Seido. Japan, it is an island country lying off the east coast of Asia. Japan consists of 6,852 islands. From the 12th century to the demise of feudalism in the 19th century, the samurai were a powerful warrior class in Japan. A samurai essentially had a license to kill, with the authority to strike down any commoner who compromised their honor.
So what is Police Act? Police Act is the empower of the national government to establish a central police organization to control and supervise prefectural police forces on matter of national concern. So the Police Act includes are number 1, protecting life, person and property. Number 2, preventing, surprising and investigating crimes. Number 3, apprehending suspect and traffic enforcement. And the last one is maintaining public safety and order. So public safety and order are provided by the prefectural police under the oversight of the National Police Agency, which is called NPA. The NPA is headed by the National Public Safety Commission, thus ensuring that Japan's police are an apolitical body and free of direct central government executive to control they are checked.
In the process of the democratization of Japan after World War II, under the former Police Act enforced in 1948, the Public Safety Commission system was established. This created a structure consisting of national and municipal police with the aim of ensuring democratic management and decentralization of police power. Japan's former police system was centralized and dictatorial, and the Japanese law of 1954 was enacted to democratize the police, protect individual rights and freedoms, and maintain public peace and order. This decentralized system was introduced after World War II, resembles the one found in Great Britain and the United States. Changes in the following areas were perceived. The responsibility of the police was restricted to maintain law and order, solving crime, and protecting life and property. A democratic method of administration and control was implemented on both national and local levels. All cities, towns, and villages with more than 5,000 inhabitants receive an autonomous force.
Japan is a constitutional monarchy in which the power of the emperor is limited and is relegated primarily to ceremonial duty. Japan is a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary system of government based on the separation of powers. The emperor is the symbol of the state and does not hold political functions, only performing ceremonial duties. Nevertheless, he can play a relevant diplomatic role. The government is divided into 3 branches: the executive branch, legislative branch, and the judicial branch. The executive branch is led by the Prime Minister, who is nominated through a Diet resolution followed by official appointment by the Emperor. The Prime Minister's office is supported by the Cabinet, which is comprised of Cabinet Ministers and Cabinet State Ministers who are designated by the Prime Minister. The legislative branch is comprised of the country's sole lawmaking body, the National Diet. The Diet has 2 houses, the House of Representatives and the House of Councillors, both comprised of members elected by the public. Members of each house are required to serve on at least one standing committee during ordinary sessions, which begin in January and last 150 days with one possible extension. These ministers remain in office until they are dismissed by the Prince Minister or the lower house passes a no-confidence resolution or rejects a confidence resolution, dissolving the entire cabinet including the Prime Minister. A no-confidence resolution of the cabinet does not result in dissolution when the lower house is dissolved within 10 days of the resolution. The cabinet includes the Cabinet Office, cabinet agencies, and 11 ministries, including the Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare, and the Ministry of Finance. These central government offices steer Japan through implementation of various policies and cabinet-initiated legislation. And lastly, the judicial branch. It is comprised of the Supreme Court and the 4 types of lower courts. The Supreme Court ensures that legislation and actions taken by the Cabinet and the Diet are constitutional. The Supreme Court's Chief Justice is appointed by Cabinet nomination and official appointment by the Emperor. The other 14 justices are appointed by the cabinet. Justice appointments are reviewed periodically within the House of Representatives and can be determined through a majority vote, although this has yet to happen. Mandatory retirement age of Supreme Court justices is 70. The current Chief of Justice is Itsuro Terada, who was made Chief Justice in April 2014. Brief history. The Tokugawa Shogunate, also known as Tokugawa Bakufu and the Edo Bakufu. They were the last feudal Japanese military government which existed between 1600 to 1868. The head of the government was shogun, and each was a member of the Tokugawa clan. The Tokugawa shogunate ruled from the Edo castle, and the years of the shogunate became known as the Edo period. This time is also called the Tokugawa period or pre-modern. Shogun, barbarian quelling generalissimo. In Japanese history, a military ruler. The title was first used during the Heian period, when it was occasionally bestowed on a general after a successful campaign. Tokugawa Ieyasu. He was the first military ruler. The Edo shogunate was the most powerful central government Japan had yet seen. It controlled the emperor, the daimyo, and the religious establishments, administered Tokugawa lands, and handled Japanese foreign affairs.
Hatamoto, a guardian of the banner. A Hatamoto was a high-ranking samurai in the direct service of the Tokugawa shogunate of feudal Japan. The next one is Machibugyo. Machibugyo were samurai officials of the Tokugawa shogunate in Edo period Japan.
During the samurai period, we have the Machibugyo, or the town magistrate. Machibugyo was the name of a governmental post in the Edo period that was in charge of the administration and judicature in an urban area called the Machikata in a territory. This post was also set up not only in the Edo Bakufu, or the Japanese feudal government headed by a shogun, but in domains. However, when just Machibugyo was used, it generally indicated the Edo Machibugyo that was the governmental post in the Bakufu. The Bakufu Machibugyo in the Tenryo cities, or the cities directly controlled by the Bakufu, other than the Edo, were called with the city named added to their heads. For example, Osaka Machibugyo, and was generally called Ongoku Bugyo, literally Bugyo in remote provinces. The Machibugyo-sho office until 1631, when the Bakufu built Machibugyo-sho offices. The person appointed the Machibugyo officer used his residence as the office, executing his job by providing a court, or called shirasu, literally a white sand area. Its territory of control was limited to Machikata, or the town area of Edo, and its authority did not cover samurai residences, shrines, and temples that occupied more than half of Edo. However, the control of the town areas in front of the shrines and the temples was transferred to the Machibugyo. In 1818, the Edo area was officially specified on the map with red line. It is called Shubiki, and at the same time, the area to be controlled by the Machibugyo was shown with the black line, and it is called Sumibiki. The area roughly corresponds to that of 15 wards of Tokyo, or the area of Tokyo City when the city system started.
Yuriki, during a military operations in the Kamara and Morachi eras, Yukiri supported daimyo or feudal lords. On the other, authorized commander at the government offices. So during the Edo era, Yukiri provided administrative support, and Doshi patrol officer, they serve in a public office to conduct general affairs and police work as a subordinate of police, and sergeant under the control of magistrates, duty deputies, castle keeper, captains of the Great Guards, head castle guards, and others. And kimono, then okapiki or okapiki refers to unofficial collaborators who played a marginal rule and police functions such as a town migrates offices and Hitsuki Tuzuko Arate Mekata literally investigate division for arson, organized robbery, and the Edo period. Goyokiki or Mikashi,
Machibugyo or the commissioner, Yoriki or the lieutenant, Doshin or the officer, Komono or the adjutant, Okapiki or the sergeant.
The Meiji Restoration, or also known as the Meiji Ishin, Renovation, Revolution, Reform, or Renewal, was an event that restored practical imperial rule to the Empire of Japan in 1868 under Emperor Meiji. Although there were ruling emperors before the Meiji Restoration, the events restored practical abilities and consolidated the political system under the Emperor of Japan. In Japanese history, the political revolution in 1868 that brought about the final demise of the Tokugawa shogunate, thus the ending Edo period, and at least nominally retained control of the country to direct imperial rule under Matsuhito or the Emperor of Meiji.
the goals of the restored government were expressed by the new emperor and the character oath. The oath outlines the main aims and the course of the action to be followed. Then during Emperor Meiji's character oath are also called Emperor Oath of 5 Articles Japanese, Gokojo no Jisimon, and Japanese History Statement of Principles. Then promulgate on April 6, 1868 by the Emperor Meiji through the overthrow of the Tokugawa shogunate and the restoration direct participation in the government by the imperial families. The character oath opened by the way for the modernization of the country and the introduction of a Western parliamentary constitution.
In 1868, the samurai era ended with the overthrow of Tokugawa shogunate. A new government came into power and the samurai class was eventually abolished.
Kawaji Toshigoshi in Tokyo planned to establish a police system similar to the Gens, the farmer in France, and he traveled to Europe to investigate the police system to help improve the Japanese system.
Home Ministry was a cabinet-level ministry established under the Meiji Constitution that managed the internal affairs of Emperor of Japan from 1873 to 1947. Its duties included local administration, police public work, and elections. Tokyo Metropolitan Act came under the jurisdiction of the Teikoku Keisatsu, which was personally headed by Kawaji from 1874, and from which he could direct the organization of national police system. The next one is Keihokyoko, or Police Bureau. Hadkwasi. Hadkwasi has judicial function including the power to issue ordinance, regulate business, and industrial safety.
The Historical Secret Police Organization of Japan.
Toko investigate and control political groups and ideologies them to be a threat to the public order. Special Higher Police Toko. The Japanese secret police which existed from 1911 to 1945 purpose of carrying out high policing domestic criminal investigation and control of political groups and ideologies them to be a threat to the public order of the Empire of Japan.
Kempetai, military police arm of the Imperial Japanese Army from 1881 to 1945. It was both a conventional military police and a secret police force. When we say Kempetai, its main responsibility then was to discipline army officers and the farmers who opposed the conscription law. Its powers were later extended to the enforcement of Japan's various security laws under the Acts of 1898 to 1928. In the 1930s, the political influence increased when General Hideki Tojo became the Vice Minister of the War.
Tokketai. Tokketai is a military police of the Imperial Japanese Navy until the end of World War II. It was the operative branch of the Secret Service branch of the Imperial Japanese Navy Office, which was responsible for recovering and analyzing information and for the execution of undercover operations. Its members also provided local security near naval bases. In the final weeks of the Pacific War, it was among the security units prepared for combat against the proposed Allied invasion of Japan.
So these are the brief overview of Japanese police.
One of the safest nations in the world. Japan is famous for its very low crime rate compared to other countries in the world. Japan has 127 million people, yet street crime is almost unheard, and the use of drugs is minimal compared to other industrialized countries. Also, Japan's homicide rate has been steadily decreasing since the 1950s, and now the country has one of the lowest homicide rates in the world.
Japan has become the marvel of criminal justice experts because of its low crime rate in comparison to other highly industrialized.
Social and cultural aspects of low homicide rates of Japan. The country's homicide rate is associated with a stable and prosperous society with low inequality and high level of development. Young Japanese males now committed only a tenth of the homicides committed by their procedures in 1955, and the age and sex distribution of victims, tenth, by the uniform across age groups. This has been attributed by some researchers to, amongst other factors, extremely low level of guns ownership. The US saw more than 12,000 firearms-related homicides in 2008, while Japan had only 11 rejections and violations after the Second World War. The growth of the influence without any accompanying concentrations of poverty is common, many highly developed countries, and the stigma of the arrest any crimes in Japanese society.
The importance of Japanese police for society. One of the lowest homicide rates is archived also by the effort of Japanese police sector. In Japan, 98% of homicide cases are solved. It is according to the police data. It is an indisputed fact that the Japanese police has achieved a remarkable safe society compared to other industrialized countries, and they incarcerate far fewer than, for instance, the UK, with a prisoner rate 3 times higher, or the US, 13 times higher.
The police perform a wide range of administrative activities to maintain public safety and order, applying various acts such as the Road Traffic Act and the Anti-Boryokodan Act. The police also maintain close contact with local communities to prevent crimes, handle lost and found articles, give guidance to juveniles, help people in times of disaster, provide care for lost children and runaways, and offer counseling services.
Number 1 is prevent crime. Local governments take responsibility for planning and delivery of crime prevention due to their ability to mobilize their local resources, to build partnerships, and to understand local problems. Not only do local governments implement crime prevention measures in an effort to serve their constituents, but they are also responsible for the image that their municipality exhibits.
Handled lost and found. Articles that Japanese have been told since little that lost articles must always be turned into the koban, or the police box, wherein the police are the final custodians of the lost property in Japan, and generally hold it for the 3 months before the disposal.
Third, give guidance to juveniles in relation to criminality. In Japan, when juveniles commit crimes, their cases are sent or reported to a family court to ensure their sound upbringing, correcting their character, and adjusting their environment. They have juvenile training schools, juvenile classification homes, and juvenile prisons.
Fourth, it helps people in times of disaster. Japan is particularly vulnerable to the natural disasters because of its climates and topography, and it has been experienced countless of earthquakes, typhoons, and other types of disasters. So, Japan's government agencies ordered to work together on their response plans to ensure smooth and coordination in the next disaster response.
Fifth, provide care for lost children and runaways. The government of Japan, they provide social welfare based on resident records filed at the municipal offices. These services, it includes basic programs such as national health insurance, child allowance, schooling support, and public assistance. For children whose whereabouts are unknown, they However, the lack of up-to-date information means authorities are unable to track their situation and accurately gauge whether or not they need assistance.
And lastly, offer counseling services to help. The official Japanese government website that provides detailed information regarding mental health in Japan. They also have an emergency assistance. It is a non-profit, non-governmental services dedicated to the international community. They offer advice on your inquiries, emergencies, or even just listening to your issues.
The former Police Act had an epochal significance in that aim at the democratizing the police. However, it had institutional shortcomings such as the existence of a multitude of municipal police forces in the parallel with the national rural police. It can cause several problems such as the inefficiency of the police force operations and low cost effectiveness due to the geographical segmentation of police units and unclear distinction of responsibilities between municipal police forces and the national government in terms of maintaining public peace and order.
Retaining the good features of the former Act and remedying its institutional shortcomings, the former Police Act was amended in its entirety into the present Act in 1954. The National Police Agency was established and the present police system was formed. National Police Agency or Keisatsu Seido. The name of the police force of Japan is the National Police Agency, which is an agency administered by the National Public Safety Commission of the Cabinet Office in the Cabinet of Japan and is also the central coordination wing of the Japanese police system. The NPA as a national agency formulates police system and also conducts police operation regarding cases involving national public safety, undertakes the administration of matters which form the foundation of police activities, such as police education and training, police communications, criminal identification, as well as the development of police administration.
Meaning, when we say National Police Agency, it is the law enforcement agency under the National Public Safety Commission of the Cabinet Office of Japan. It is a central agency of the Japanese police systems and the central coordinating agency of the law enforcement and situation of the national emergency in Japan.
Jurisdiction Oversight Control. The National Police Agency has 7 regional police bureaus, each responsible for a number of prefectures. Metropolitan Tokyo and the island of Hokkaido are excluded from these regional jurisdictions and are run more autonomously than local forces. In the case of Tokyo, because of its special urban situation, and of Hokkaido because of its distinctive geography. The National Police Agency maintains police communication divisions in these 2 areas to handle any coordination needed between national and local forces. First is the Primal Minister. Under this is the National Public Safety Commission. Next is the National Police Agency. We also have here the Imperial Guard Headquarters, National Research Institute of Police Science, National Police Academy. We also have the internal bureaus. This includes the Secretariat Administration Bureau, Criminal Investigation Bureau. We also have the Traffic Bureau, Security Bureau, and the Communication Bureau. After this, we also have the Shikoku Regional Police Bureau, Kyushu Regional Police Bureau, Tokyo Metropolitan Police Communication Division, Hokkaido Prefecture Police Communication Division, and last is the Tohoku Regional Police Bureau, Kanto Regional Police Bureau, Chubu Regional Police Bureau, Kinki Regional Police Bureau, and lastly is the Shokogu Regional Police Bureau.
Organization of Japanese Police. Number 1 is National Police Organization. The National Public Safety Commission and the National Police Agency constitute Japan's National Police Organization. The National Police Agencies, Keisatsu Seido is the law enforcement agency under the National Public Safety Commission of the Cabinet Office. The agency is headed by the Commissioner General, who is appointed by the National Public Safety Commission with the approval of the Prime Minister. Next is the National Public Safety Commission. After World War II, the Public Safety Commission system was established through the reform of the police. The main object of the establishment of this system was to ensure democratic administration and political neutrality of the police under the administrative supervision by the commission, which consists the member representing a good sense of the public. Here are the NPSC supervise the NPA. The Prime Minister is not empowered to exercise direct command to control toward the Commission. This ensured the political neutrality of the Commission. The Commission throughout basis policies regulation of the National Police Agency. It directly supervises prefectural police organization through the NPA to ensure political neutralities. More than 2 members may belong to the same political party. Members are appointed by the Prime Minister with the consist of both houses of Diet and serve a 5-year term.
This is the Japan police hierarchy. It starts with the Commissioner General. It is the highest ranking police officer of the Japanese National Police Agency. Under the power and control of the Commissioner General come 2 other officers which are given as follows: the Deputy Commissioner General and the Commissioner General's Secretariat. Next is the Community Safety Bureau. Third is the Criminal Investigation. It is a bureau under the CIB, comes from the following given department: the Organized Crime Department. Fourth is the Traffic Bureau. Fifth is the Security Bureau. This includes the Foreign Affairs and the Intelligence Department of Japan. Sixth is the National Police Academy. Next is the Info Communication Bureau, the Imperial Guard Headquarters. Next is the Regional Bureau, and it includes the following number: 1, the Tohoku Regional Police Bureau. Next is the Kanto Regional Police Bureau, Chubu Regional Police Bureau, Kinki Regional Police Bureau, Shugoku Regional Police Bureau, and lastly, the Kyushu Regional Police Bureau. 10 is the Communications Department, wherein it includes the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Information Department and the Hokkaido Police Info Communications Department. And 11, the Commissioner General. It is the highest title or rank in the NPA and Chief of the National Police Agency of Japan. The Superintendent General. He is the Chief of the Metropolitan Police Department. Superintendent Supervisor. He is the Chief of the Prefectural Police Headquarters. Next is the Chief Superintendent, wherein he is the head of the Prefectural Police Headquarters as well. Next is the Senior Superintendent. He is the Chief of the Police Station of his area of recruitment. Next is the Superintendent. He is the Vice Commanding Officer of the Police Station of his area of recruitment. Police Inspector or Captain. He is the leader of the riot company and the squad commander of the police station. Next is the Assistant Police Inspector. He is the leader of the riot platoon and a squad sub-commander of the police station as well. Next is the Police Sergeant. He is the field supervisor and leader of the police box. And lastly, the police officer. This is the starting point of a police officer's journey in the NPA.
Commissioner General, or in Japanese is Keisatsu Seido, the Chief of National Police Agency. The rank outside, 1 capacity. The Commissioner General, under the supervision of the Commission, oversees the agency's operations, appoints agency employees, and manages prefectural police organizations. Superintendent General, or Keishi Sokan, the Chief of Metropolitan Police Department, 1 capacity. The highest police rank and the head of the Tokyo Metropolitan Department and the largest prefectural level jurisdiction in Japan. Next is Senior Commissioner or Keishikan, Deputy Commissioner General, Deputy Superintendent General, the Chief of Regional Police Bureau, the Chief of Prefectural Police Headquarters, others. On the top of the 9 ranks, the highest position in the Japanese police is held by the NPA Commissioner General. The Deputy Commissioner General of the NPA holds the rank of Senior Commissioner. Commissioner Keishi Cho, the Chief of Prefectural Police Headquarters. The NPA is composed of 3 commissioners, one of whom is designated President. Commissioners are appointed by the cabinet with approval of the Diet. Appointment of and dismissal of commissioners are attested by the Emperor.
Next is the ranks and insignia. Following the end of World War II in Asia, after the surrender of Japan, the Imperial Japanese Army and Imperial Japanese Navy were dissolved by the Supreme Commander for the Allied powers during the occupation in Japan. The symbols that we're going to be showing, it represent the ranks of the Japan Self-Defense Forces. Number 1, the head of the National Police Agency of Japan, 5 gold rising suns. The Superintendent General, 4 gold rising suns. The Deputy Superintendent General, not ranked but most of MPD, gold-wreathed gold emblem with 3 gold bars. Next is the Superintendent Supervisor, gold-wreathed gold emblem with 3 gold bars. The Chief Superintendent, gold-wreathed gold emblem with 2 gold bars. Senior Superintendent, gold-wreathed gold emblem with 1 gold bar. Superintendent with gold-wreathed silver emblem with 3 gold bars. The Inspector, gold-wreathed silver emblem with 2 gold bars. The Assistant Inspector, gold-wreathed silver emblem with 1 gold bar. The Sergeant, silver-wreathed silver emblem with 3 gold bar. The Senior Police Officer, silver-wreathed silver emblem with 2 gold bars. Lastly is the Police Officer with silver-wreathed silver emblem. And fun fact, the pentagrammic stars of the insignia represents cherry blossom, because the Japanese soldiers take an oath to die to protect the lives and wealth of the Japanese citizens. So they have been compared to delicate cherry blossoms that break easily.
Metropolitan Police Headquarters in 1938. It serves as the Prefectural Police Department of Tokyo Metropolis, founded in 1874. It is headed by a Superintendent General who is appointed by the National Public Safety Commission and approved by a Prime Minister. And this is the Keisatsu Department in 1938, with a staff of more than 40,000 police officers and over 2,800 civilian personnel, making it the largest police force in the world by number of officers, manages 102 stations in the prefecture. And this is the public office building of the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. The main building of the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department is located in the Kasumigaseki, Chiyodo Ward, Tokyo. Built in 1980, it is 18 stories tall, a large wedge-shaped building with a cylindrical tower. It is easily seen from the street and a well-known landmark.
One factor that helps keep Japan peaceful can be found in the Koban. It is located in many areas in the city. The Koban is also called a police box, but many people around the world are familiar or more familiar with the Japanese word, which is the Koban.
Koban was initially established in 1874 as watch boxes for local law enforcement. Its formal name for a police box was Hasutsujo. It was in 1994 when once again the official name of Hasutsujo was changed back to Koban. The police stationed at Koban serves several roles. It includes the maps and direction, wherein it provides maps and directions to local addresses, sometimes even personally guiding those unfamiliar with local street layouts and addressing schemes. Additionally, officers can refer people to local hotels, restaurants, and other businesses, and lost and found. It is accepting reports of lost items and accepting found items from members of the public, and if a matching lost item is turned in, notifying the owner of the item to come pick up the item. Next is crime reports. Taking police reports, typically for property crimes such as theft and burglary. Emergency services, dialing the emergency telephone number 110 in the case of police, fire, or medical emergency. Direct contact can be made with the Koban and assistance will be dispatched.
A Koban is a police station for police officers built at key areas in the city, such as in front of the train stations or in shopping districts. The word Koban literally means taking turns to keep watch, because police officers are stationed there at all times. And officers take turns or shifts or kota in Japanese to keep watch, or it is called ban in Japanese, 24 hours a day.
In 1994 in Baguio, there was a program that focuses on community-oriented policing system. It was implemented in 8 police presence in Baguio City. They saw this policing system community-oriented, that their implemental has effectiveness, and it focuses on 5 variables, which is the police service delivery and police public image, the relationship between the people and the police, and the last one is the community's feelings of safety and security.
Effectiveness of the Coban police system in the Philippines. In 1994, the Community-Oriented Policing System, or COPs, as adopted from the Japanese Coban and evaluates its effectiveness in Baguio City. In essence, community-oriented policing, otherwise known as the Coban system, is a method of policing where the community is treated not as a passive customers but is an active partner in preventing crimes and disorders and promoting securities. Meaning the Coban systems, the community, they are partners and they don't separate, because the Coban systems, the main goal is to prevent crimes and disorders and promoting securities in the community. It requires to some extent and joint formulation of the operational priorities between the police and community, and the adaptation of proactive problem solving, approaching, and policing, meaning it is provide fundamental principles in guidance and logistic planning, execution, and assessment and support of joint operations. It is general risk rather than the specialist style of policing, giving emphasis of the cooperation between the police and the community. It is recognition of the fact that the police department alone cannot be solved the problems of the crimes and disorder. There are a necessity to build a partnership with citizens, civil society, and other government agencies in this order to get job done.
PS2 CSOP, Community and Service-Oriented Policing System, NAPOLCOM Resolution Number 2015-342, date July 21, 2015, resolution to empower the Philippine National Police to perform its role as a community and service-oriented agency through the adaptation of CSOP system involving the local executive, the PNP, and the communities is mandated under Section 2 of RA 6975 as amended by RA 8551. The CSOP is alternative and the citizen Z, local executive, in the PNP cooperating and pursuing peace and order, ensuring public safety, and strengthening the delivery of basic service to the community.
Educational background and recruitment. Education is an important part before entering in the police agency of Japan. Before recruitment and promotion, they were called entrance examination, meaning before entering, an individual must take an exam first. The examiners are divided onto 2 groups, the upper secondary school graduates. Recruits underwent rigorous training, 1 year for upper secondary school graduates at the Residential Police Academy attached to the prefectural headquarters. Before that, the police officers are assigned to Koban for basic training, and before the promotion to achieve, they need to take examinations first. In service, training provides mandatory continuing education in more than 100 fields. Police officers with upper secondary school diplomas are eligible to take the examination for sergeant after 3 years of on-the-job experience, meaning those police officers with upper secondary school diplomas, before going to a higher rank like sergeant, they need to take examinations first after 3 years on-the-job experience. After only 1 year of intense instruction, university grads who were recruited can sit for the exam. After less than time upper secondary school graduates, university graduates are also qualified to sit for the inspector, inspector, and superintendent exams. For each opening, there are often 5 to 15 examinees. Senior officers are admitted after passing advanced civil service exams about 15 times per year, although some officers advance through the ranks to become senior administrators. Most of these positions are held by senior executives who have been specially recruited. Officers are trained for administrative positions. Japanese police are subject to civil and criminal prosecution, and the media actively publicizes police misdeeds. The National Public Safety Commission typically defers to police decisions and rarely exercises its power to check police actions or operations. Police officers develop a loyalty to their own group and reluctance to violate its guiding principles. In the Philippines, CSOP is a modern approach to community policing that is definitely on the right track, but it still faces many challenges. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 16 for a peaceful and inclusive society is supported by CSOP, a community-wide strategy. It builds effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels, particularly the PNP, and gives everyone access to justice.
Lastly, the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, or in Japanese, the Keisatsu. So this is the jurisdictional structure. When we say jurisdictional structure, it is the arrangement and relations between the parts or elements of something complex. It is how Japan's official power to make legal decisions and judgment. So first, we have the operations jurisdiction, wherein we have here the Japan itself. Next is the legal jurisdiction, which is the Tokyo. And lastly, the governing body, which is the Tokyo Metropolitan Government. Next, we have the sworn members with 40,000 people, the unsworn members with 2,841 people, and the agency executive, which is the Naomasa Yoshida, and the Superintendent General. Well, as of 2017, the total strength of the prefectural police is approximately 260,400 sworn officers and 28,400 civilian staff, and a total of 288,000 employees. And lastly, we have the facilities. The stations of Japan, as of 2022, they have 8,579 stations. And here are some of the Japanese stations, or the examples. The Kanazawa Station, Mojiko Station, Todoroki Station, the Kizukuri Station, Shimonada Station, the Kyoto Station, Tokyo Station, and the Uji Yamada stations. Those are just some of the stations of the Japanese, or the Japan. And for patrol cars and police motorcycles, there are about 40,000 police vehicles across Japan, with the average patrol cruisers being Toyota Crowns and similar large sedans, although small compact and micro cars are used by rural police boxes and in city centers where there are much more maneuvers. Pursuit vehicles depend on prefectures, with the Honda NSX, Subaru Impreza, Subaru Legacy, Mitsubishi Lancer, Nissan Skyline, Mazda RX-7, and Nissan Fairlady Z. These cars are all used in various prefectures for highway patrols and pursuit uses. Next is the boats. The police watercraft of Japan are divided into 5 groups: the 23-meter type, 20, 17, 12, and the 8-meter type. And as of 2014, 159 vessels are deployed nationwide. Since the Japan Coast Guard is in charge of the outside ports, police watercraft are mainly mandated for rivers. However, sometimes they are dispatched to support police activities on the ground, even on detached islands. Next is the helicopters. The deployment of police helicopters began in 1960. So they are extensively used for traffic reporting, the pursuit of suspects, search and rescue, airlift, or many other missions. As of now, the total of about 80 helicopters are being operated in 47 prefectures across Japan, and some helicopters are equipped with established TV camera and microwave link system. Next is the police dogs. As of now, Japan has 500 plus police dogs, wherein they have the main police dog that they use, which is the Akita Inu. It is a national dog of Japan. It is courageous and protective breed currently used in the Japanese police force. So that is the Japan's police dog that they mainly use as of now. And lastly, the horses. In Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, they have 15 horses, while in the Police Agency of Japan, they have 14 horses, and in Kyoto Prefectural Police, they have 16 horses, and with a total of 45 horses. So Japan, as of now, they have 45 horses. Next is the Japanese police uniform. So these are the different uniforms of the Japanese police. So this is the riot police. Next is the rescue, the motorcycle for winter, the motorcycle for summer, the motorcycle for spring, the identification division, the highway patrol. This one is the formal, the normal or the local, the normal for guard, the normal for vehicles. This is the normal for traffic, normal for winter, normal for summer, and lastly, the normal for spring. Next are the representative Japanese police unit. We have here the General Police Unit, Mobile Police Unit, Urban Guard Police, Bicycle Police Unit, Security Police Unit, National Court Guard, the Competition Security Police, the Rescue Unit, the Mountain Police Rescue Unit, the Riot Police, the Imperial Police, the Metropolitan Horse and Carriage Guard, the Imperial Horse and Carriage Guard. For police motorcycle, we have the CB1300 police motorcycle, the Yamaha FJR 1300 motorcycle, the Honda CFR 800 police motorcycle, the Eikuyo police motorcycle, the Honda Goldwing police motorcycle, the Harley-Davidson police motorcycle, the Yamaha Zero police motorcycle, the Ninja police motorcycle, and lastly, the Imperial Guard. For the highway patrol vehicles, we have the Acura Highway Patrol, the Toyota 86 Highway Patrol, the Nissan GTR Highway Patrol, the Nissan Z Highway Patrol, Honda NSX Highway Patrol, the Mazda RX-8 Highway Patrol, the Nissan Fairlady Highway Patrol, and the Nissan R34 Highway Patrol. Well, as of 2022, the Japan's patrol car has increased more and more, meaning the Japan had bought many different patrol cars, including electric cars. So here are some of Japan's new car. So we have the fastest sport vehicles among the car fleet of the department. It includes the Toyota Motor Lexus LC500, the Nissan Motor GTR and Fairlady Z, and the Honda Motor NSX, a really tiny K minivan, a stylishly speedy Lexus LC500 Coupe, and a Nissan Skyline GTR R34 known as the Godzilla. So even though they're mostly destined for public relations rather than actually utilizing their potential, these cars inspire a lot more respect from rev heads than the likes of the standard patrol cars. And next, for the undercover police vehicles, we have the Lexus GS undercover police car, the Lexus IS undercover police car, Lexus LS, and the Lexus NX undercover police car, the Toyota Majesta undercover police car, the Toyota Mark X undercover police car, the Toyota Crown undercover police car, and the Toyota Crown undercover police car 3, police car 2, the Subaru Legacy undercover police car, the Toyota Crown undercover police car 4, the Nissan Sienna undercover police car, the Nissan Skyline police car, the Nissan GTR undercover police car, the Suzuki Kisashi undercover police car, the Suzuki Escudo police car, the Toyota Prado police car, and lastly, the Toyota Lux police car. Well, as of today, the Japan police has many different cars, but these examples are just the main cars that they use as of today.
And that ends our topic. Thank you for listening. Good morning.